Those boots are too big to be Tabitha's. You don't know that. Maybe she's like walking around in like dad's boots or something. You don't know.
She just wears big oversized boots.
Goes out in the garden, stomps around going stomp, stomp, stomp. I'm my dad. Stomp, stomp, stomp. Hey, Scarlet Hollow. I'm Cable. He's time. We're on our way to the library to meet up with Stella and Kanika to see if they've dug up any information about the ditchlings we saw last night.
And get some scones.
We're really hungry. All we had was a PB&J.
We only had a single PB&J yesterday also.
With a biscuit. We had a biscuit with it and some coffee, and that's literally it. Oh, and a power bar. Cashew, cherry, and chocolate, I think it was.
Yeah, it's still not much.
It's fine. What's nutrition, you know what I'm saying? Oh, hello, Mr. Man. You're really on your tippy toe. What you looking for? You enter the former town hall. Oh, there's Gretchen. Hi, Gretchen. I say, waving my hand over my head. Really excited, and the Gretchen gets really excited.
Just across the whole library.
What once must have been a stately foyer has since been converted into rows of shelves. Meeting rooms and offices long ago gave way to assorted reference collections and reading areas.
Before we go over and talk to Stella, the library has a cat.
Oh my god. They also have a painting of a man being drug off to be burned or something. Yeah. I don't know what the fuck is going on with this. What is this? What's the story behind whatever this is?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, you made it, says Stella. Selling with Stella. Shush, Stella, and point out all the books before heading over their table. Do we want to go join them right away or look at the books? Reading adventure.
Let's go on a reading adventure.
Shh, Stella, I'll be with you in a second. Excuse me, I have to pretend like I don't know you. That's how you're cool in Twitter, USA.
I have a cat to talk to first.
You quietly shush Stella before heading over to her and Kanika's table. This is a library. God.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a let's go do other things.
I thought I was gonna go look at the books, but yeah. It's a library. Calm down.
What a face Gretchen is making.
Oh, Gretchen. Oh, you're so precious and in constant confusion about your existence. You're just constantly stuck in the state of, what am I supposed to be doing right now? Says every single pug on the planet.
Yeah.
You made it. Glad you could join us. Yay, Gretchen. Oh, I agree wholeheartedly with Stella. I am elated that you're back, says Gretchen the dog.
I just remembered that Gretchen is like a Southern belle or something.
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to pretend like I can do a good Southern accent. Did you send my regards to that foul feline? I did. She's dead and buried in the garden. Don't worry, Gretchen. I told Frou Frou all about our little adventure last night. Not all about, but enough. Wink at Gretchen and give a subtle thumbs up. I'm just going to straight up talk to the dog. I told Stella when we met her that I can talk to animals.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Gretchen. I told Frou Frou all about our little adventure last night. Look at Kanika's like, what the f is wrong with you? I told Frou Frou all about our little adventure. Wonderful. I hope she stews on that for a long, long time, says Gretchen, super f***ing stoked. Did you just try and talk to Gretchen about Tabitha's cat? It's not the first time they talked to Gretchen yesterday and said some wildly insightful stuff. If I didn't know any better, I'd say they can actually talk to animals. Hey, guess what? I literally can talk to animals.
I can actually talk to animals.
Ask me a question only Gretchen would know the answer to. Do it. One paranormal mystery at a time, please. I hope that background case there is like Lincoln's rifle from Fallout 3. It's just super overpowered.
It's not a mystery, Kanika. I can just talk to animals.
I'm not like saying this slyly. I'm directly looking you in the face. I can talk to animals. I can prove it right now. Ask Gretchen a question.
I do it all the time.
All the time. I have a possum named Dustin in my drawer at home. He's like super cool. We talk in the morning.
Frou Frou is French for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about. I can't give you any answers about that one, but I can tell you it's a thing. Morning, Instagram. You look tired. My goodness, whatever happened to common decency? You can't go around telling someone they look unwell. You look marvelous, Instagram, says Gretchen the dog. Thank you, Gretchen. Fist bump the dog.
Thank you, Gretchen.
Snitch on
I'm
Miles.
so glad we saved you, Gretchen.
I am so glad Gretchen's the best character. Well, Dustin's the best character. Gretchen's second best character so far. Haha, yeah, the estate isn't the easiest place to get a good 8 hours. It was hard to fall asleep last night, all things considered. I'll sleep when I'm dead. I'm pretty amped up, actually. I've never done a Scooby-Doo before. Kaneki, you can't just tell someone they look tired. Remain silent.
I think it's hard to fall asleep, all things considered.
I'm not going to snitch on Miles.
Yeah.
It was hard to fall asleep last night, all things considered. Yeah, it's pretty hard to fall asleep. With all of those dreadful creatures in every nook and corner, it's a wonder you got even a wink, says Gretchen the dog. I can't say I got a wink myself. But do you also understand Gretchen? Yeah, same, says Kanika. Are you secret? Do you guys talk to animals? You're just not telling me? Just like a hazing ritual? You just messing with me?
They're just like, no, you're not supposed to talk to You're not supposed to tell people you talk to animals. God.
The League of Animal Talkers are going to be really mad at you, Instagram. Did you not get the memo when you were born? Anyways, I guess we should get started. Are those the scones that look suspiciously like slices of cheese? Can I eat one, please? Oh, before I forget, we've got to talk about that photo you sent me. The cat.
The tired cat.
Oh, no, the footprint.
Oh, that's right.
Check this out. I thought it was the cat. I was like, I Googled tired cat, Stella, calm down. Instagram found it in Tabby's garden this morning, right in line of sight of their room.
Stella's like, I've never seen a cat that tired before.
I don't know. Did you know that cats aren't real? Stella says in a conspiratorial tone, just getting real quiet. What in the world is that liquid around it? It looks like pus. Talk to animals. The opossum that lives in my dresser says that 2 people live in the estate. Do you think it's Wayne? Who's Wayne? I'm blanking.
Wayne was the weird monster man who like was spooky at us and then disappeared.
Oh, the guy that
the guy who's
do they know who that is? Why do I know his name?
I think I remember Sybil saying his name, like right after he appeared.
Okay, I must be blanking on that. Those boots are too big to be Tabitha's. You don't know that. Maybe she's just like walking around in like dad's boots or something. You don't know.
She just wears big oversized boots.
Goes out in the garden, stomps around going stomp, stomp, stomp. I'm my dad. Stomp, stomp, stomp. That's what she does every morning. I can't say I'm thrilled at the thought of someone watching my room. I also can't say I'm thrilled with that thought. I don't know if there's a connection to what happened in the woods, but it felt worth texting Stella about. Hey, yo, there's an opossum that lives in my dresser that says 2 people live in the estate. The opossum that lives in my dresser says that 2 people live at the estate. I thought he might not have realized Perlane died, but I wonder if this is who he was talking about. Tell Stella that I was the one who broke Mr. Jingles. Maybe then she'll finally understand the connection that you and I share, says Gretchen the dog. Hey, that's a good idea. Hey, yeah, Stella.
Gretchen's sharing the, hey.
Just fucking tell him, says Gretchen.
Tell her something that only I would know, yeah.
I was trying to do that earlier. Kanika and Stella silently glance at each other. Gretchen wanted me to let you know that she was the one who broke Mr. Jingles. What? His name is Dustin. The sooner the 2 of you realize I can talk to animals, the faster we'll be able to solve this mystery. I'm serious. Haha, just kidding. Why would I even say that? This is a serious conversation. Yo, Gretchen Jingles. She's super stoked. She's like, yeah. Are you with me, Gretchen? This is gonna be a joke. You'd be like, there's no Miss Jingles.
Does Gretchen seem like the person who, like a kind of person who would do that, though?
Oh my God, you actually can talk to animals, can't you? I told you that when we met.
I have not been secretive about this at all.
I have been straight up on front telling you the deer, your dog, and the cat and the possum. I've been straight up front the whole time. Mr. Jingles was the name I had for that little snake toy Gretchen had as a pup, which she broke. I kept asking who broke Mr. Jingles like I didn't know it was her. If this is going to be a recurring bit, I might as well play along. Do you think it's... I guess they're just playing along with it now.
What if we're being super upfront about talking to animals to these complete strangers? What if our friendly pocket rat is part of our stream?
Part of our stream?
And we just talk to him.
Are they holding down the fort right now while we're gone? They're just doing the streams without us.
It's just a rat.
Do you think it's Wayne? That creep who keeps coming around my mom's tea room? He snuck up on us last night and called out Instagram by name, and those boot prints match up with the mining getup. I'm glad the two of you had me there to protect you, says Gretchen the dog. Whoa, apparently I missed a lot last night, huh? I wonder if there's any connection between that guy and what happened in the woods last night. Like what? I wish I had better voices for these characters. I don't have anything specific, but we do have that whole prophecy of impending doom angle to explore. This photo is weird. I can't stop thinking about those splatters on the ground. If he's sick, maybe it's from the creatures you encountered, ? Ellipses? Hi.
Hello there, librarian.
Hey there, strangers. Can I interest you in my pyramid scheme? And literal stranger. I'm Instagram. Tabitha's cousin. I'm in town for the funeral. How do you not know this?
Yeah.
Oh, I should have known you were a Scarlet. You look so much like Vivian.
I think Vivian is your mom, probably.
Not that I knew her very well. I was still a little kid when she left. Well, Pearl Lane is her aunt, so.
Yeah.
But that Scarlet resemblance, it's strong. Am I ugly? Am I horribly ugly? Do I have that smile that Tabitha was doing earlier?
It's not like it wasn't a forced smile. They just look like that when they're actually smiling.
Oh, that's rough. Oh, no. I'm Oscar Gutierrez, chief librarian and only librarian. Oscar's amazing. He practically built this library from scratch. Yeah, I'm a little jealous of what the kids around here get to grow up with. They don't know how good they have it. That's true. I didn't even have a computer when I was a child. Now they have their tablets and their TikToks and whatnot. Says Instagram, getting really upset.
And their gotcha games.
Back when I was in elementary school, all the library had was a couple shelves of boring books donated by old people. Y'all are too kind, but speaking of kids, have either of you seen Rosalina around town?
This is a new character to me.
I don't want to be a helicopter dad, but I can't help my lineage, he says, sprouting his rotary blades and flying through the ceiling. But she hasn't been answering my texts, and I wanted to make sure she isn't getting into trouble out there. I'm literally a helicopter dad. I just float above my child wherever she goes.
It's fine though, because he planned for that, and there's just an opening in the ceiling for him to go in and out of.
That's the second weirdest thing I've seen since coming to Scarlet Hollow. You know the crowd she hangs around with. They're good kids at heart. I'm sure they're just up at the old Maxwell place doing teen stuff. I'm sure they're at other location we'll eventually get to.
Yeah.
I went up there plenty of times in my day, but I'll be sure to keep my eyes peeled.
When I go up there today.
Kids are smarter than you think. She can take care of herself, says Street Smart. What's the old Maxwell place, ? I don't like the thought of teens getting up to mischief with all those ditchlings in the woods.
We should probably ask what the Maxwell place is.
What's the Maxwell place, and can we find a silver hammer there? What's the old Maxwell place? It's this great old abandoned spot. We used to hang out there when we were teens. It should be like the ultimate weapon, you know what I'm saying? You get that, it's got like +5
Yeah.
or something.
That's a very unspecific, Stella.
Thanks. I can't believe I used to be so reckless. The floors there were like Swiss cheese. Is the Maxwell place just another name for Scarlet Estate? Are you guys just
It's just
right now?
our house, yeah.
I should really have a talk with Rosalina when she gets home. Kids are smarter than you think. She can take care of herself, especially if that's switchblade. You might not want to let her run off like that anymore, though. It's not safe as it usually is around here. Or is that so? Are the ditchlings just new? They weren't here before? Where were they before?
I mean, they could have been here for a long time, and we just didn't know about them yet.
That's what I'm wondering. Were they just like somewhere else until now? Do they migrate here for the winter? They just migrate across the country. It's like they're not home and they just show up at certain times. Nobody just paid attention. Most people don't know they exist. Kanika's right. There's some weird stuff going on out in the woods. That's actually why we came in today. Have you ever heard of creatures called ditchlings? They're a type of cryptid that shows up around places on the brink of disaster. They kind of look like if the Pillsbury Doughboy was a creepypasta. Creepypasta, guys.
Isn't that what Mothman is supposed to do, actually.
Yeah, Mothman is supposed to show up right before disaster. But ditchlings, I think, are actually a cryptid. I don't know for sure. I think that Google that real quick while I read this.
Yeah.
Kanika's mom told us about them last night after seeing some footage we got in the woods. Ditchlings doesn't ring a bell, he says, trying to do the anime glare off his glasses. He almost pulled it off, I guess. Dang, worth a shot. Okay, if you were, say, trying to predict a horrible disaster that might befall our town, where would you start looking? She says, getting really wide-eyed about taking those notes. Look at that ditchling she scribbled on the back of her notebook.
Yeah.
Well, they say history repeats itself, so I'd probably try and figure out what sort of disasters this region typically falls prey to, says Oscar. Should I be worried about something? I don't know yet. I'll be right back. Gonna go nab some more books, says Stella. Goodbye.
I'm not seeing anything about ditchlings other than Scarlet Hollow, so...
I guess they were made up. I thought I typed in something at one point and saw ditchling cryptid come up, but I guess I was wrong. I was probably just wrong, or whatever I was reading was in reference to this game.
Mm-hmm.
Behave while I'm gone, Gretchen, says Stella as she leaves and just evaporates, fading away, having finished her unfinished business. Oh, you don't have to worry about her, Stella. You're such a good dog, aren't you, Gretchen, says Oscar.
Yeah.
You have a biscuit, old gal. You just have those in your pocket? What?
Yeah. His cat likes them.
Look how happy Gretchen is. Yay!
Yeah.
Well, ain't you the sweetest thing on two legs, says Gretchen the dog. Gretchen it's a soft biscuit? Inhales the soft biscuit, drool leaking from her toothless mouth as she swallows. Do you have a dog here, Oscar, other than Gretchen?
She doesn't have teeth?
Is that what they said?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Stella's barking up the wrong... How'd they eat bacon earlier if they don't have teeth?
Yeah.
Are you wrong? Hold on. Why ain't you the sweetest thing? Drool singing from toothless mouth as she swallows it. Why don't you have teeth, Gretchen? What happened?
Has Stella not been taking care of you, Gretchen?
I feel bad for you now, Gretchen. I'm pretty sure pugs are supposed to have teeth.
Maybe she's just supposed to be like really old and they fell out or something.
She did say that she's like seriously trying to outlive Frou-Frou, so...
Yeah.
Also, maybe these white things aren't the lighting and that's just white hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. About any horrible calamity befalling the town. But she's right about the weird stuff. There's definitely something unusual going on out in those woods, says Kanika. Man, I can't talk tonight. Goddamn. I don't believe in this supernatural stuff, but the woods aren't safe. I kind of believe in the supernatural stuff, honestly.
I don't believe in this supernatural stuff, says person who can talk to animals.
I'm pretty sure supernatural stuff is real. I was just born being able to talk to animals. It's something that we can't get to the bottom of, gang. Just split up and we'll find all the clues we need.
Splitting up sounds like an excellent idea.
Whatever's out there in the woods has been brutalizing the local wildlife. Get out while you still can, run! You can also play as a doomsayer in this game. That's kind of fun.
Yeah. Just to burst into every building and be like, run!
There's monsters!
Monsters.
Get out of here! What is this cartoon ass kid? This looks like it's a Digimon or something in the bottom left. Is that from something?
I think that's from an anime.
Oh man, if you try hard enough, literally anything is from an anime.
Yeah, and Kanika did have the Sailor Moon shirt on last night, so...
So Kanika's a weeb, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh no. A man's already... Kanika's a weeb and her brother plays gacha games. Oh no. A man's already dead, guys. Just wanted to remind you.
Yeah.
I'd say it's plenty reasonable to play... Did you guys tell Oscar that a man's dead? Did I just throw that out there without knowing that?
It's fine.
I'm going to try calling Rosalina again now that you mentioned somebody's dead.
I think that's probably a pretty reasonable reaction.
What the hell is on your case? Did you scribble on it, or is that supposed to be like, what the hell? Look at his phone case. What's all that writing on it?
Might be supposed to be like a book page or something. Because he's a librarian.
I am a librarian, he says, showing you his phone case.
This is my one personality trait.
This is my job. It is my entire personality. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's really into being a librarian. Librarians tend to like books a lot. I mean, come on. You got to go to college and stuff to be a librarian.
Yeah.
Rosalina's a smart kid. She knows better than to go around getting into trouble, and we'll make sure to keep our eyes peeled. Thanks, Kanika. And Instagram, if you see a 13-year-old girl with a black braid and glasses, would you let her know her dad is worried about her? Oscar anxiously wanders off, phone in hand. He was smiling that whole time. Anxiously.
And then he also just faded out.
I'm kind of dying of starvation. Can I eat one of these scones, please?
Yeah.
Got him. Just grabbed a whole mess of local. Just randomly grabbed a bunch of crap. Just start reading, guys. Stella sets a massive pile of books on the table and pulls up a chair.
Oh, I just saw the scones.
Yeah, they're right there. I told you they look like slices of cheese.
They do look like cheese.
I told you. All right. This is going to be so much faster with the two of you here to help out. Got our snacks, got our source documents. Let's get this research party started. 5 hours later.
Yeah.
Reading awaits. Flip through veins of Scarlet, a history of the Scarlet Hollow coal mines. I could just ask Tabitha about that, couldn't I?
Yeah. I don't know if Tabitha would.
She probably wouldn't tell me because she's like, you should know this, whatever, mac and cheese, shut up. And she'd leave.
If your mom hadn't left the family, I don't remember.
If your mom hadn't decided to try and destroy the planet with that atom bomb like my aunt, like my mom told me that your mom did. Flip through Silas, Scarlet, Soldier, Woodsman, Leader. Oh man, Tinker, Tailor, Spy, guys. Appalachian folk monsters? That's probably the most relevant to what we saw.
Yeah.
Like Kanika and Stella do the work for you, just lean back and eat all the scones while they're working. And Gretchen's like, man, you get me, says Gretchen. I'd also do that.
Yeah. Probably the folk monsters.
Yeah, the folk monsters. Soldier, Woodsman, Leader, Tinker, Tailor, Spy, guys. Silas, Scarlet. Appalachian folk monsters. A few entries caught your eye. You literally just pulled it up just for flipping through all the pages all at once, and you just eventually saw something you thought was cool. Wampus cat. A large cat-like creature with a loud, howling voice, often said to sound like a woman crying. That's just a coyote, kids.
Or a mountain lion. Stella mentioned that one last time, I think.
A wampus cat?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't recall that. I mean, I could be wrong. She might have mentioned like a sentence. It's weird that you would remember that. But that's fine. I'm pretty sure the wampus cat is just a mountain lion / coyote, though.
Yeah, probably.
Based on this description. Tommyknockers is literally made up by Stephen King. Enigmatic cave-dwelling creatures primarily known for causing mischief. He has a story called Tommyknockers.
I know, but
I think they're aliens.
Did he make it up, or did he like take it from
You're the one not playing the game. Google it, kiddo. Find out, nerd. Tylipo, a small creature with a long tail and wide yellow eyes. I think that's regular-ass cryptid.
That's a real one, yeah. I've heard of that one already.
I think she also mentioned that, or something. That sounds familiar. Wampus cat. There it is. It's just a cat, I guess. Often linked to Cherokee legends, some cite the Wampus cat as originating with the story of a woman who sought vengeance against a monstrous cat demon for driving her husband mad. She hunted it down and, by wearing a bobcat mask, tricked it into using its own vile magic on itself, freeing the people of the rain from its evil. Others say the creature comes from the story of a woman who wore the pelt of a wild cat to witness forbidden hunting rites. The hunters of her village gathered to perform the rites, and she watched in secret from underneath the cat's pelt, but was soon discovered. For her indiscretion, she was fused with the pelt and transformed into a creature that was neither human nor cat, forced to wander the wilderness alone, feared by all. Her calls are those of great sadness and serve as a warning to anyone who dares go against tradition. You find out about those Tommyknockers, kiddo?
Yeah, I'm looking. They might be a thing from like English folklore. They are small subterranean gnome-like creatures, apparently.
That doesn't sound like what Stephen King... I thought Tommyknockers was the one that was about aliens, but I could be wrong. Whatever the story is, I haven't watched it. I definitely haven't watched the movie. That's one of the crappy ones, from what I understand. Unless I'm wrong. I mean, I could be wrong. The Tommyknockers! Tommyknockers originated in Cornish mythology, spreading to the United States when Cornish immigrants began working on Appalachian mines. They're named for the knocking that can be heard from seemingly within the walls before Cavian.
I guess the game could also just tell us what they are.
I guess so. I was wondering if they were trying to make like unique stuff or if these are actually just things.
I think they seem like they're mostly like actual cryptids.
Well, ditchlings apparently aren't.
Except for the ditchlings.
According to some, the knocking serves as a benevolent warning. Others believe that the creatures take stolen hammers to the supports of mines and collapse them on whoever is unfortunate to still be the opposite of benevolent then.
Minor
I
gremlins.
think they're benevolent. Well, I think they aren't benevolent. Well, it appears we are at an impasse, friend.
The debate wages to this day.
Legends say those two particular people are still at that pub arguing to this day. They are traditionally thought to be impish, leprechaun-like beings, but some claim they are the spirits of dead miners forever cursed to haunt their final resting place. Tylipo. There was a hunter who lived in a tiny cabin in the middle of the woods, all alone with his hunting dog. One night, after a particularly bad week of hunting, both their stomachs empty, the hunter spied something out of the corner of his eye. Some small creature had gotten, oh, that's a creepy picture. Some small creature had gotten into the cabin through a hole, and before he could even figure out what it was, he'd drawn his gun and fired at the thing, his hunger guiding his actions. I think his self-defense instincts would kick in more than hunger. All he got was a tail? What a terrible hunter. It was right there in front of you, kid. But it was quick and ran back through its hidey hole and out of sight, leaving only its long black tail shot off by the hunter's rifle. Guess this will have to do, he said to his dog and threw the tail in a pot to cook up. Stella looks up, so is nobody going to eat the scones I made?
She's just already... Gretchen is just already eating them while...
You see her gnawing on it like it's a stick. There's really stale scones you have, Gretchen says. He and his dog ate well that night. The tail filling... Just the tail? How big was this animal?
Just the tail?
The hunter crawled into bed satisfied, and his dog curled up at his feet. And then a tiny Tylipo burst out of his chest like a chest burster. He woke up to the sound of long nails scrabbling across wood. His dog was nowhere in sight. Only a rumpled spot on the covers where he'd been. And in the gloom, he saw two big, yellow eyes staring right at him. I want my Tylipo, a high, hoarse voice croaked from the darkness.
Sorry, ate it already.
Whoops. Well, in that case, okay, bye. I really wanted that, though, he says, leaving in a huff.
And then the hunter pulled the big rifle out from underneath his pillow and just shot it again.
And then the next morning, he found that the tree outside of his house was teepeed, and he was like, ah, damn it. Ah, Tylipo, why? Go away, he screamed at the thing. But it stepped closer to him, still shrouded in darkness, the sound of long claws dragging across hardwood accompanying its movements. I want my Tylipo, the creature growled again in a sing-songy voice. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, he says, putting up his smartphone.
The Tylipo, yeah.
I'll get my dog after you, the hunter squeaked, his voice catching in his throat with fear. But there was no dog to be seen. I'm pretty sure those don't exist, says the Tylipo, scrolling his phone on Google. Why is this one so spooky?
Yeah.
I want my Tylipo. Before the hunter could so much as scream, the creature leapt from the darkness, long claws stretched out. This is going to totally be a thing we're dealing with. With how creepy they're trying to make this one, this is definitely going to be a thing we're fighting.
Yeah.
No one is sure what the creature did to him that night. All they know is he stole the whole house but left the fireplace because it was too heavy. But the next morning, all that remained of the hunter, his dog, and his cabin was a chimney standing alone in the woods.
How do they know this story if nothing happened, if nothing is left of him?
Says the person who wrote this. Gretchen's like, that was a really good one. Read it again.
Yeah.
You close the book and put it back? Okay, well, what's next?
Was less helpful than I was thinking it would be. But
we got to learn about the Tylipo and whatever the other two were, I forget.
The cat and...
The Tylipo was like super spooky for some reason.
Yeah.
Probably because that's going to be a thing we're dealing with. That's probably why it was there, just so it can say Tylipo. Are we going to talk about Silas Scarlet, Tinker Tailor Soldier, Spy? Or Veins of Scarlet, A History of Scarlet Hollow Coal Mines, where it's like they mine people there.
Now let's learn about the coal mines.
Look at these real ass pictures they just drew over.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, we're going to learn about this coal mine next time on Scarlet Hollow.